This ICND1 course is focused on providing an overview of the fundamental networking techniques, terminology, and technology for those learners that do not currently have a very strong technical background. The course is focused on providing you the information that you need to proceed into the networking industry, and also to help prepare you for the next step, which is the Cisco CCNA. We'll cover several concepts to make sure that we can accomplish these goals. And the first step is building a simple network where we will focus on exploring the general functions of networking. We want to be very basic here, understanding what makes a network actually function and what some of its main components are. We also want you to understand how to use a PC on the network, what parts, what software components and hardware components of a personal computer are actually used on the network. In fact, we'll interrelate with different networking technologies. We also want to understand the Open Systems Interconnect, or OSI model, which is a general framework that's been in use for almost 30 years now. This model provides us with a foundation for standards-based troubleshooting, learning, and implementation of different technologies. We'll understand what the OSI model is all about by the time we're done. We'll also see how to build a simple Ethernet network where we will first begin by defining a local area network environment. In addition, we want to understand how an Ethernet network works in a LAN environment. We'll become familiar with the different components of Ethernet, such as the history and the evolution, as well as the cable types and the connector types and so on. We'll also see different ways of connecting to an Ethernet LAN using a switch, a PC, and/or a router. In addition to this, we want to be able to expand the network choosing the right network topology, whether that's a bus, a star, a mesh. In addition, we want to be able to expand the network using the right networking topology, whether that's a bus, a star, a mesh, or a partial mesh. We want to make sure that we understand how the appropriate topology relates to the underlying technology as well. Also, we want to understand the challenges of shared local area networks. What can be some mitigating factors when deploying a shared network, for example? Some factors to look out for from a performance standpoint or a cost standpoint. And also, how can we solve these challenges by using switched LAN technology? This means understanding how to maximize the benefits of Ethernet switching. In addition to expanding the network, we want to learn how to connect different networks together. How does TCP/IP work? The Transmission Control Protocol Internet Protocol, or TCP over IP, is one of the many foundations of networking today. In fact, the IP protocol is what makes the Internet function. We have to understand how this protocol works, how the IP protocol itself will process packets, and then how delivery is going to be made. We also want to understand how the IP protocol works so that we can actually implement an IP addressing scheme, including a subnet mask. And then we'll be able to explore the functions of routing. It's very important when connecting networks that we understand the implications of different numbering systems. It's also important to understand how to interrelate binary and hexadecimal as well as decimal numbering systems so that it makes more sense to us when we actually begin connecting these various networks together.